when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Yo, 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 how's everybody doing today, yo? Drop a one in the chat if you can if you can hear me well. How's my sound? Please tell me how's my sound. First of all, thanks everybody that is here. I appreciate it that you're here with your boy. Okay, good, good. Let me say what's up. Just me, that little Durk. Just me. I know you ain't that old that you don't know who the hell Durk is. Durk is a legendary rapper out of Chicago. All right, it's not AI music, darling. All right, my baby girl Doris, how you doing, baby? I like that picture. It looks good. My man Tommy B was good, family. Everybody that watching, yo, thank you for being here, yo. As you can see it in the thumbnail, yo, I'm gonna be talking about Mr. Little Dirk, Mr. Little Dirk, yo. They call him Mustafa Abdul Malak, the king, the chosen one. I don't know. For the people that don't know, my man Little Dirk is in big drama, big trouble. Most more likely than not, I believe. Me personally, I hope that I'm wrong, but I believe that it's a rap for Little Dirk. He has been in federal court, and if I'm not mistaken, the federal court is situated in California, but it's a federal case. He fighting a higher for murder case along with other six charges. Matter of fact, do I got the charges over here? I know it's 7 charges in total. That's what I remember. Here, yeah, here we go. He got 7 charges. One of them is interstate stalking resulting in death. The people that died was Quandorondo little cousin. He wasn't a rapper. Quandorondo is a rapper. Right. Charge number one is interstate stalking that resulting in death. Charge number two, interstate stalking of a rival using a dangerous weapon. You know what it is. The blicky, the pole, right? Charge number three, conspiracy to commit murder for hire resulting in death. Charge number four, use of interstate facility to commit murder for hire resulting in death. All these charges sound the same. Charge number five, murder in act of racketeering. Charge number six, conspiracy to commit interstate stalking. Charge number seven, firearm and machine gun offenses, furtherance of the crimes of violence. Yo, if you really think about it, all these charges supposed to be like two, three charges, but they just multiply the same charge on top of the next charge on top of the next charge. Well, it's about how many people is in this indictment? I think it's about 6 people, right? But it's people that is not in court right now. It's people that is not in court. My girl Jasmine say, let me keep up with it. God damn it. I don't know why my thing is not updated. I'm sorry. Let me see. Yes, he got 7 kids. He's a Muslim. So Mr. Durk is a Muslim. So he got like 7 wives too. Right? Let me see. Dalawash, how you doing, Buzz? Jasmine, stop it. You and oh, you like what, like 45-ish? You good? Yes. Well, the story goes like this. Kingvon is another rapper out of ATL. I'm sorry, out of Chicago, right? He is beefing with everything started because of NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy, Kingvon. They say it was a girl named Jania, right? That was in between because you know these people usually smash the same people. That's the rumors. That is because of some unani, right? Other people say that the beef between King Bomb and NBA John Boy started because of a feature that Mr. NBA Young Boy out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is supposed to be doing with King Bomb out of Chicago. The feature never happened. Chats start going back and forward. I mean, chats, I mean, this subliminal this is right on what, right? Then the beef scaled up a little bit, right? Somebody baby mama, somebody a lover end up messing with the next rapper because you know all of them usually mess with the same girl, right? So the beef has scaled it all the way up. In February, no, in February, I think it was somewhere in November 2020. Let me see when Kim Bond died. Let me get the facts correct. Um, doesn't tell me the date. Oh yeah, November 6, 2000. I was right. 2000 November 6, 2020. Pretty much in the middle of the pandemic, right? The pandemic started. Yeah, this happened at some hookah lounge in ATL, right? Kim Bond was outside. He see Quandorondo. He see Quandorondo, and he decided to go to start punching on him. Little Timmy, which is Quandorondo, right hand man, got out of the truck and body King Bond, gave it to him. Like I think he shot him 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got shot 3 times, no 2 times, right? Well, they rushed King Von to the hospital. He was talking, but King Von died hours later, right? King Von is par of OTF. OTF is a record label where Mr. Durk, that's when Little Durk come in. A Little Durk, right? Little Durk owns OTF. OTF stands for Only the Family, right? Let me give you some a background about Mr. Durk. Durk name is obviously Dirk Devante Banks. He's a young boy. He's about 33 years old. Yeah, October 1992. That's 33. That means he's gonna be 34 in the next 60 days. Actually in the next 90 days, actually, right? They come from Chicago. He got alleged ties to the BDs. Do your homework on that. You know what I mean? Black disciples, right? That's the part of the organization that he's part of, right? Dirk funded his own record label where kingvon is part of it. Kingvon and Dirk is like this. Ever since November 6, 2020, according to what the Fed's trying to show us, Little Dirk swore that he was going to get revenge, right? He was going to get revenge on Quandorondo. Quandorondo was the rapper that is supposed to be was the one that, I mean, technically his cousin Little Thing that got out of the truck and popped him, packed kingvon. Anyways, ever since that day, it's been a pure hell for Quandorondo. Quandorondo has been Little Dirk has been literally, that's why you see all those charges of stalking. Quandorondo is a rapper out of Savannah, Georgia, and he is supposed to be signed to NBA Youngboy 4K3. 4K3, right? He's supposed to be signed to that record. Ever since that day, November 6, 2020, Little Dirk has applied nothing but pressure against Quandorondo. That's what you see the stalking charges. That's what you see. I'm talking about from Savannah, Georgia, all the way to Los Angeles, California. That's a lie. That's a long way, man. Listen, I don't think it's any distance that is further than that. That's literally down south, at the very bottom of down south, all the way to the west coast. That's how much Mr. Little Dirk, this is the first saying this allegedly, right? Mr. Little Dirk has been chasing down Mr. Quandorondo. According to the records, they say that, let me see how many times. Let me look this up. Let's see what they say. Oh boy. Okay, I knew this. I wanted to get it correct, right? According to the records, right, Mr. Quandorondo, the rapper out of Savannah, Georgia, have been shot at about 3 times. Starting on 2021 in May, the next one was 2000. Yeah, 22 and in 23 too. Boy, 3 times. And all those times has been what people say is being because of Little Dirt chasing this man. Until finally, if I'm not mistaken, actually happening in Los Angeles. Finally, they catch up to him in Los Angeles, California, in front of the mall. They pull up on him. They had the address on him. Most likely, it's a third and fourth co-conspirator. Most likely, I don't know who that might be, but like they haven't disclosed it in court yet because in federal court, they don't have cameras in there, so we cannot follow. We can only follow it through cameras and through tweets. So in Los Angeles, outside of Beverly Hills Mall, in Beverly Hills, they finally catch up with this man. They shut up on his car and on the SUV that he was riding on. they didn't kill Quandorondo, but they killed his little cousin, Little Pop. Little Pap got clapped that day, right? Which it brings us all the way to now. The entire OTF, which is supposed to be a label, that's Little Durk record label, where he actually produced music and released music, has been indicted. And now all of them are in court. Before I continue, let me play a couple of videos there. Let me see. Let me play a couple of videos so you can see so you can have a better understanding of what am I saying, right? Let me share my screen. Share screen. And these are the people that actually is at the court. These people is actually at the federal court outside right now. They're live. I've been following the case to a lot of people that are at the court right now. Come on now. Uh, Here we go. I don't see the sound. What the hell? Oh, here we go.
No, but you say you do MMA, you straight, right? You can get at that nigga.
This is all the people.
But go ahead, bro. Go rap your shit again. Oh. Go. Maybe I think Durk took them. Bro, you got it. Like, I'm asking. Like, do you think he get out? Yes. Yeah. Rap that shit, bro. So it go. Women love my ski. Yes, his magic is a blessing. When I die, I'm gonna go to snow bunny heaven.
They're rapping Little Durk songs. It's a lot of people supporting Little Durk at the core, talk about free Durk, but I believe Durk is cooked. What is this thing? Can I hear it?
G camel toe by all the head. How old is you? I'm 30. This man's young camel toe. You not 30. You is not. I'm 30. I thought 30 you was like what? I'm 30. What? I'm dirty 30. Nobody having young camel toes, man. Same thing. What type of content y'all be doing? Huh? What type of content y'all?
Now,
wait, why he on his content shit? Huh? Why you on some selfish shit?
I'm on some selfish shit.
Like, why you put that nigga on? You on some? No, but he's 42. Yeah, how old is he? He said he going to snow. Wait. So he in the music video? Huh? You in the Snowball music video? No. You got it downloaded? So why you on some old shit? I'm on some old shit. If this your homie, wait, I got my nigga.
I mean, this guy he's not talking about nothing, right? Let me go ahead and anyway, they were trying to they were giving a quick recap earlier. I forgot that on Kick, right? On Kick, usually it doesn't let you rewind. I don't know. So they pretty much was going to give you a recap of what happened today in court. And OTF Jam got on that stand and start pointing out Mr. Little Durk. Yes. Let's get some. Let me see if I can get this lawyer right here. That he actually is in the court too. He's in federal court right now. And he be giving updates because you cannot live stream from his side of the federal court. It's illegal. Let's go. Let me share this. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go.
Bills in this mother because nobody pays me to cover these court cases, right? Listen, if you have been walking in downtown Los Angeles and nearly passed out from exhaustion walking uphill, LA, this is downtown.
No.
All right, what just happened at the Little Durk trial deserves the headline, oh my God, that was crazy. They have shut down the overflow courtroom. I saw one man apprehended by the federal court officers. There was the FBI agent questioning him also. The picture has been taken. I'm not going to post it because I don't want to get banned from reporting on this case, but there was a picture that was taken of Jam on the stand from the overflow room. So there's the main room, the courtroom, and if you can't get in because it's too full, there's an overflow room where you can go to. Don't worry, I got a note taker and a way of getting everything that was said. So the overflow room, picture taken, feds came in, correctional officers came in. It was kind of interesting. They were very aggressive when they came in. The guy had his feet up on the thing, and I think the guy meant to say, hey, put your feet down, you're going to take you out. Instead, he said, put your feet down, I'm going to knock you out. It was intense. And we don't know who took the picture. There is some reports. There were a couple people in the back who kind of came in looking out. I'll save the details for maybe somebody else to tell you. But anyway, some people came in the back, and they might not have turned their phone in. The security, for it must be said, is very lax. If you don't want people taking pictures when the cooperator is there, you don't have any guards, or maybe one guard, and he goes on break sometimes looking at what's happening in the room. It would have been very easy, court, to put two guards in there at the front, sitting, looking back at the people watching in the overflow room, and you wouldn't have to worry. All right, the update from the afternoon. We're on break, the mid-afternoon break. Now, I'm not quite sure if I walked into the wrong courtroom. I'm pretty sure I've been covering a murder for hire trial, but this afternoon, we were talking about street gangs and a conspiracy to engage in gang activity case. I'm not quite sure. We got a full-fledged education on the Chicago gang scene, the official rites of passage, hierarchy, and everything else of the gang known as the Black Disciples. Look, I say that in jest, but the prosecution opened up Pandora's box. OTF Jam has taken the stand. They have questioned him extensively, having him relay his entire history with this street gang, his involvement, the murders he's committed. We will get into the OTF Jam testimony in depth. It requires truly reporting. It requires reporting. It's not require headlines, doesn't require, oh my God, it was so crazy. This was probably the heaviest courtroom moment of this trial easily, or any courtroom that I've ever been in. You had a convicted murderer testifying to get free while putting away a person who he admitted looked out for him throughout his time in prison, put money on his books, always took time out of his day, no matter how busy he was, to answer his calls, to make sure he got through that period of incarceration and get Jam out that jam. And he is testifying to try to send him away for life, talking extensively about his initiation into the gang from the age of 9 forward, his first murder, followed by his many other murders. It was the heaviest courtroom that I've ever been in. We will continue with the OTF Jam case. This is Pandora's box, because what you've done is you've got Jam in there talking about, oh, we'd have weekly Friday meetings. Okay, Steele's going to be like, when was the last meeting? When was the last one Durk was at? And there's just going to be so much more. This testimony, I think, is going to go on for a while. The cross is going to go on for a really long time, because they have turned this into a wide-reaching gang case where they're just trying to prove, look, he's one gangster. Durk eventually became part of the gang. Durk is on top of the gang, and so he follows the orders. Well, what about all the times people didn't listen to what? It's just going to open up Pandora's box, arguing about every single thing that Jam is testifying to. We will get into the cross. Stay tuned. All right, the update from... So a lot of people have issues with trap.
Yeah. Yeah. OTF Jan, if I'm not mistaken, his real name is what is OTF Jan real name? Casey Hepster. He is out of Chicago. He is Little Durk homie since the Sandbox day, right? This OTF Jam, he actually did prison time. He did 12 years in prison. He's not a rapper. He's not like a businessman. This man went in at 19, I believe. He got out. I mean, he went there at 18 or 19. He got out at 29, I believe, right? He did 12 years. The whole 12 years, he was one person always looking out for OTF Jam. And his name was Little Durk. Little Durk was, and this is out of OTF Jam own mouth, that he said that Little Durk was the only person that was giving him, putting money on his book, 500 here, 200 there, 500 here, 200 there, making sure that he eats correctly what he was doing the whole 12 years. And now OTF Jam is in the same courtroom pointing the finger at little Dirk, trying to put little Dirk away for life. For life. Um, I don't see little Dirk getting out of this one. I think little Dirk is cooked because, and the reason why I say little Dirk is cooked is very simple. Even if if he beats this murder, right? He got another trial coming up for another murder for his little brother, D Thing. D Thing. Uh, yeah, I think that's his name, D Thing. Yeah. So he got to go 2 for 2. The only is tiny small chance that little Dirk got is that he got the two best lawyers on planet Earth, Drew Finley and Brian Steele. That's the only two people that's the like, and I say that chance is like, bro, I gave that shit. I gave him 5%, bro. I don't even feel good about that. I don't feel good about their chances at all. I think he's good. He's finished. He got 3 people gonna point the finger at him. OTF Jan, which is the shooter, that should be it. That's the headshot right there. Then OTF Bonnie, the right hand man that put it all together, and they're gonna have the other shooter, Mr. Flaka. Right? This is people that already they were contracted to go clap quandorondo, like I told you earlier, ever since 2021, whenever Ronda Little Cousin got clapped. I mean, whenever Kingvon got clapped, which is November 6, 2020, Durk has been applying nothing but pressure, nothing but pressure on Quandorondo until he got up with his little cousin. This is like a goddamn Grand Theft Auto video game, bro. The only difference, this is real life. This is real life, yo. Now let's see what this guy right here that I'm showing you, he's actually been he been in court all this time. He actually covering the case. This is a way for him to get publicity, and this is how he get millions of dollars because now his name is out there. This viral moment is gonna get millions of views, and this is how you become $1 million lawyer right here.
Florida Ross's reporting, and I would just ask everybody to take that as a moment to step back from it and say, isn't his reporting exactly a sign of the times and the system that we live in and the structures and the institutions and the content and the level of conversation where we all engage together at the highest levels? Like when everyone comes together and says, okay, we're ready to participate and do something really collectively, I think you get Trap Lord Ross YouTube channel. And that's just, it's the highest common denominator of the conversation as shown by the algorithm. And maybe it's the algorithm, but ultimately, that is my thought on the reporting, that it's exactly what I would expect to see from the leading YouTube reporting on this case. So a lot of people have issues with Trap Lord Ross's reporting, and Little Durk, day 3, trial update, what happened in the morning. First off, recording outside of the courthouse in Los Angeles in a suit is crazy. It is so hot just walking down the street to my hotel. I'm sweating balls. Shout out to Ross. Keep doing your thing. Here's what happened on day 3. So we're halfway through the morning. We're on lunch break right now. And the detective, FBI special agent, continued his testimony from yesterday. He's kind of interesting, if you ask me. One, he's African-American. He's got tightly braided cornrows. He's testifying in this hip-hop murder case where the defendants are all African-American, the jurors are all white, the judge is white. I guess there's some Hispanic jurors, and the entire audience is African-American. When he reads the text messages into evidence, oftentimes there's the use of the N-word there a lot, and he never says the N-word. He always replaces it with dude or folks, and there's always like a little murmur and a thought and some opinions amongst the crowd about that. In general, what's really interesting about him, and the judge kind of caution the prosecution about him, that he's giving a lot of opinions and he's giving a lot of his take on what these text messages mean. And to the extent the prosecution wants him to act like some type of opinion expert, fine. But guess what? On cross, we're going to let the defense go deep into his opinions and why he thinks the way he thinks. And that's exactly what happened. Brian Steele just finished his cross. Let me first talk about the evidence that came in through this special agent, and then let's talk about how Steele dealt with it on cross. So first, just finishing up on some of the testimony that came up yesterday. I mentioned in my last video, I'd bring it back for you. So NBA Youngboy came up, there was a post, there was a comment, it said something about NBA, and this agent went, oh, this is the start of the beef, and there was an objection, they went to sidebar, and basically this is not. Turning to some of the other evidence that we got in day 2, the ballistics expert, you'll recall there was no guns found on this crime. There is a machine gun charge. It was really interesting how the government figured out a machine gun was used. They had high resolution still images of the shooting, and what you could see is somebody using what appeared to be a Glock and then multiple shell casings suspended in air right next to each other. And the guy said, look, if you're shooting a Glock, you're not going to have all these shell casings frozen in time, just hanging in midair right next to each other, unless you got a switch on it, making an automatic weapon. Could also see that one of the shooter's guns jammed and got locked into position. He was only able to get one shot off. The defense for Durk did a good job of getting into the recording of the witness cooperator interviews, that there was over 30 interviews and only 3 recorded, setting up for the argument that here's what happened. They met with him and they met with him and they met with him and they coached him and they scared him and they met with him. And until finally they heard a story that they liked, they hit the record button. The famous Richard Quandorondo challenge TikTok video was posted. Definitely a damaging piece of evidence. That it was sent to Durk. Durk didn't send it to anyone. Not clear if he looked at it. He didn't comment, post, like, didn't respond to the text. But it was sent to him, and then it was played for the jury. And it was the type of emotional video, which is just, I mean, if you're a juror sitting there and you watch that famous Richard video and the defendant has it on his phone, you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to need some explanations of what really happened here, because it doesn't look good. And then there were some text messages and some other stuff. There was a text about some type of peace offering, get a piece of the switch. NBA Youngboy came up. The detective, I think it was Special Agent Farmby, his testimony kind of stopped midway and we didn't get the full context surrounding all that. That's going to continue right now. I'm about to go in. So I'll get you another video later today covering all those points, and then we'll get the testimony from the first of the cooperators, OTF Jam. Turning to some of the other evidence that we got.
Yeah. This don't look good for Durk. Like I've been saying I've been following this case for like since Durk got locked up. What, in 2024? When Durk went to jail? Let me see. When Durk went to jail? This man been there for about what? October 17, 2024. My man, Little Durk, went to jail October, pretty much in the next, let me see, we're on August. In the next 60 days, it's going to be 2 years that this man has been incarcerated. He's in federal custody. And the way that he got incarcerated was he booked multiple flights to go to other countries. So he was trying to get out of America, but the feds caught him because he was already under investigation. He was under investigation. What up, Braston? How you doing? So as soon as he was gonna jump on that private jet, the feds were like, "Where are you going, Brody?" Absolutely not. That my man said, Louisiana, yeah, respect. The feds were like, "Yo, absolutely not. You ain't going nowhere." Put the handcuff on that man and call it a day, right? Let me see what the I'm trying to keep up with. The thing with federal cases is that you got to rely on what people saying is in there, because they don't let the public in there unless you are part of either the media or independent media. So that's what make it complicated. So you got to kind of like get it from different people. So I know what I'm gonna go, right? Give me a second. Yeah, and for the people that were saying that quandorondo I mean, I'm sorry, Little Dirk was a snitch. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, I actually posted it. I posted that yesterday. That's what I wanted to say. I'm like, yo, explain to me how. Matter of fact, let me, let me, bam. Let me go to full camera. Explain to me how. I want somebody to explain to me how can Little Dirk be a snitch, right? When he's the only one that pled guilty. I mean, I'm sorry. He's the only one that pled no guilty, right? And everyone on him and Diddy, they fighting it out. Most likely they don't got no plea deal. They were like, either either you're gonna do life or you're gonna do life. There is no way around it, right? So explain to me for the dummies out there, right? How can Little Dirk be considered a snitch, a rat, when he's the only one, he and Diddy are the only one that have pled no guilty, right? And everyone else on his case have pled guilty already, and they have actually made an agreement with the federal government to testify against Little Dirk. So help me understand how does that work? How can you call this man a snitch when he's the one who pled no guilty? Meaning that yo, when you play no guilty, you be like, you ain't got no information. I don't got nothing for you, right? So, but the other defendant, which defendant number one, I mean, this case has been going on for 2 days already, right? The reason why I haven't reacted is because the first 3, 4 witnesses were like the detective, the the forensics. Yo, Little Dirk lawyer is spanking guys. He just spank them, like a baby. Boom, right? That's what I'm waiting until today because today the federal government was like, yo, I'm done playing. We're gonna bring the big guns. The big guns is starting with OTF Jam. OTF Jam, real name Casey Hester, childhood friend with Lil Durk, same gang, Black Disciples out of Chicago, right? Allegedly, of course. As soon as I just told you that Casey Hester did 12 years in prison, he got out and during the whole time that he was doing the 12 years, um, Little Durk was the one putting money on his books, taking his phone calls, putting money on his book, making sure he was okay, right? So, so today, Mr. Casey Hester, aka OTF Jam, is on the stand testifying against Little Durk. Yo, there is no friends on this shit, boy. Hey, man, choose your friends wisely, right? Think about it. As soon as OTF Jam got out of the jail, 2022. Yeah, this man got out in 2021 or 22, if I'm not mistaken, right? But I know he did 12 years. Little Derek put $50,000 cash on this man's hand. $50,000 cash. I'll repeat it again. Little Dirk gave $50,000 cash to OTF Jam to remind you that no murder hasn't happened yet, right? So now they're using that that's what they're using for murder for hire, right? That's pretty much kind of like their only. I want to say it is an evidence actually, right? So, and like I told you, out of the 7 charges, my man, let me go back. I know he got, I believe he got 7. I believe he got, yeah, he got 7. Murder for hire. There you go, right? So now, what up, Reese? What up, Scoop? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being here. So now, what I want people to tell me because I've been reading a lot of comments. I've been reading a lot of posts on people is calling Little Dirk a snitch. So let me get this right. OTF Jam, OTF Bonnie, Flocka, Brown Eyes, all those guys made an agreement with the federal government, right, with the feds, to testify against Little Dirk. Why? And they're gonna say, Pappy, why? Very simple. Little Dirk is the head of the snake. He's at the top. Little Dirk possibly making $20 million per year, easily, right? With his rapping, he got his own label, so he got a lot of money flowing. You got to pay Dirk 150, 200,000 for to show up to your venue. That man is eating good. He go overseas, they got to give Little Dirk $1 million. That's facts. That's facts. Okay. So that's the reason why I mean, obviously, in the kind of trouble that he is, the Fed's gonna go after him. So it's an incentive for a lot of these people to catch these deals so they can go ahead and snitch on the big guy. So OTF Jan today pretty much became possibly hip hop biggest rap. I mean hip hop's biggest rat, hip hop's biggest snitch, right? Because he got on that stand and he actually say, I did no one, no two, but three murders for Little Dirk. Yeah, hey boy. Yo, like I told you, the only baby tiny hope that I got for Little Dirk is because he got Brian Steele and Drew Finley, the two best possibly lawyer in America. That's the only I'm talking about. I get that mean like 3 to 5%, bro. Hope. Yeah, I mean, um, I don't know how can they spin it. I don't know how can Little Dirk get out of this one. So we wanna wait and see for that one. But like I was saying, right? Can someone explain to me how Little Dirk is a snitch, like I've been seeing on the highline? They say, "Yo, Little Dirk is a rat. Little Dirk is a snitch." I'm like, bro, he's the only one that pled no guilty. That means he ain't got no type of talking to the for the feds, right? Everybody is pointing the finger at him. So what Little Dirk is doing is very simple. It's very simple. This is from the lawyer. That's lawyer talk, right? What is going on is very simple, and I can explain it in the layman's term. And it goes like this: they already pled guilty. OTF Jam pled guilty to OTF Jam pled guilty to all the charges plus all murders from back in Chicago. OTF Banny pled guilty. Brown Eyes pled guilty, and Flacka pled guilty. Right. So what Little Dirk is doing is like, yo, how are you coming after me when they already pled guilty and they already say that they did everything, whatever you said they did? All I'm saying is like, yo, you got who you looking for. Why are you coming after me? They already said they did it, so why are you looking at me? Right? That's like that the strategy. Because about one thing about this whole lawyering thing is all about strategy. It's all about strategy. This is not about right or wrong. I mean, that at the end would be about right or wrong, right? But this is about is know what you know, is what you can prove. Is know what you know, is what you can prove. So what's going on is that Mr. Durk is just playing the angle like, yo, I don't know. So at OTF Jam, the first thing he said today, I read into the tweets. He was like, yes, I have been a black disciple since I was 9 years old. I did my first. He said he have been like in over 100 robberies type thing. Yo, this man got yo. I think later on when we can, matter of fact, let me see if we can get a little smile video, man. So you know what the hell I'm talking about, man. Hold on 1 second, because this is like I know this haven't get like so much media attention like Diddy, but Diddy's a superstar. Little Durk is just a rapper. Little Durk is just a rapper. You know what I mean? And that most people like I know who he is. 1 second, let me see if I can find something about my man Lil Durk. I mean, it's not looking good for Lil Durk. I want to see when. So right now he's being interrogated, but this is California, so this still. Court is over. Court is already over. Corey's already over the fight. Let's see the highlights. Little their updates, man. I need some little their updates, fam. Let's go. Hmm. Oh, you know what I'm gonna find the updates? I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping. I'm super rusty. The only way I'm going to get it will be here. I know exactly what trap trap lore was. Hell no. What am I doing? Trap lore. Well, I can. I guess you don't have a. Let's see right here. Then everybody, I think everybody's still in court. Let me see what my man say. He said he's been criminal since. Yeah, I mean that would be you. I'm going to assume you talk about OTF Jam, aka KLC Hester. Yes, he is singing like a canary in there. He is about to put Little Dirk away from. I believe Little Dirk is cooked. He's beyond cooked. I don't think. I don't think there is no explanation to get him like the benefit, because in at the end it's like you're looking for the benefit of the doubt, right? What the hell? Yeah, then I was seeing watching this other thing. Yeah, they're looking. The, the only thing that Little Dirk got going on is lawyers is can I raise enough doubt? Can I raise enough doubt in any of the jury's mind? Right? It's 12 jurors. I want you to understand this. It's 12 jurors, right? And the way that was playing is seven women, five guys. That's 12. And then it's four alternative jury. One of the jurors got in a car accident yesterday. So they have to replace one from the alternative, bring it back to the pretty much to the starting lineup, pretty much. So now it's still 12, but now it's only three alternative, right? So now we need to see if little dirt lawyers, because at the end of the day, all they need is one. The federal government are the one that need to get 12 for 12. They need to get 12 jurors to come to the same agreement, like, yo, little dirt, you guilty. You're going to jail for life. You guilty to this, you guilty to that, you guilty to that, guilty, guilty, guilty. Also, he can be found no guilty or higher for murder. He can be found guilty of like three charges, but still got four others because it's seven total charges. It's seven total charges, right? And higher for murder, you can if you are found guilty, that's automatic life. There is no number. If Little Dirk it gets found guilty today, I mean not today because this trial going to be happen for the next 2 weeks. If you get found guilty in a higher for murder on in the federal level with the stalking, interstate, they're gonna hit you with some kimping numbers. That means when you look to see, oh, when Little they're coming out, that should say not available, meaning that you're never coming home, right? And to remind you, Little Dirk is like 34 years old. So that's a long pill to swallow, family. I'm trying to see if I can get some updates, man. Hold on, let me see this other thing. 1 second. Oh, I know where I gotta go. I know exactly where. Oh, I like to get my advice from lawyers They are very good. They know what they're doing.
I always tell people the difference between a good attorney and a great attorney.
Let me see. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and share. Bam. I find one. And you're gonna explain it better than I can explain it. Here we go. All right, let's go. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. I forgot to share my screen. Bam. Bam. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Here we go.
A good attorney and a great attorney is number one is knowing the playing field, knowing who you're going up against, knowing what they do during trial. And Brian Steele, to me, he's a great attorney. He's a great trial attorney, great guy. We happen to have a case together, and he's a great dude, and his wife is fantastic as well. But for a prosecutor not to know Brian's intricacies, how he cross-examines people, and to not know that before you go into one of, I would imagine, the biggest trial that individual has been in as a AUSA is shocking to me. So Brian does this where he says the accomplished Mr. Durk Banks, prosecution objects. Of course, now it draws the judge to get involved and says, don't characterize these individuals. Let the juries decide, which brings more attention to it. And it's just these little tricks of the trade that we all have that are employed where the AUSA probably could have known that Brian Steele does this and filed a motion in limine saying, hey, we don't want you classifying Durk as XYZ, although they get to classify him any way they want to a certain extent. This is one of those things that you don't know your op, you're at a loss, and they are at a loss for this one. I always tell people the difference between a good attorney and a great attorney is number one is knowing the playing field, knowing who you're going up against. All right, here we go. Let's talk more Little Durk. Down the rabbit hole we go. I've been watching some of these experts give their opinions on the Amex credit card. This is like one of the things that came out. I think it's going to be, it's a small piece of the prosecution's case. But essentially they're saying that this Amex credit card that was used, it was on Durk's account. It wasn't Durk's Amex credit card per se, because he had several Amex credit cards underneath him. And if you know how business credit cards work, you can have your own business credit card, and then there's several employees that might have business cards. It was on one of those other business cards, and it paid for the alleged hitman's, flights and hotels and cars. And people that don't deal with entertainers on a day-to-day basis or weekly basis or even monthly basis don't realize how these credit cards work and how things happen. Most of the people that I've dealt with in my career spend anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 a month on different credit cards, on Amex credit cards, on different credit cards other than Amex. They generally don't look at their bills. Like 99.9% don't look at their bills. It goes to a bean counter. That bean counter calculates, what they're spending, what they're bringing in, and then they tell them, hey, man, don't spend as much on Amiri as you did last month. Take it easy this month. Or we got to cut back on rental cars or cut back on hotels. The good ones do that. The bad ones don't say shit until you go broke. But long story short is there aren't many, if any, clients that I've had over 30 years that will look at their bills and say, oh my God, there's an airline flight on here for $1,200. whose airline flight is that and where did they go? It just doesn't. Okay, let's talk about Little Durk update. Here's what's interesting about this case is the headlines today are Durk snitches on Vonnie, which me personally, I'm sure there's a lot of snitch experts out there. I've been doing this for 30 years, so I think I know a snitch or two. Did you like that, Jackson?
Snitch around and find out.
Snitch around and find out. Long story short is what they're saying is Durk is essentially blaming everything on Vonnie. He's essentially snitching on the snitch, which to me doesn't make any sense. This guy Vonnie went in. I guess he was Durk's right-hand man. He went in and spilled his guts, said that he bought tickets. He drove around with these guys, took pictures with them, showed them where to go, bought the guns, all these other allegations that he admitted to. But he says, but Durk made me do it. And Durk and trial is saying, hey, I don't know what this guy's talking about. He takes the blame for all this stuff because rightfully so, that's what he did. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't pay anybody. I didn't tell him to do that. That was none of my business what was going on with this guy, Vonnie. That's what he's saying. So in my book, that's not a snitch. But like I said, there's going to be experts out there, non-lawyers.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Mr. Smirt. It doesn't look good for him, right? The thing is that as of right now, I might change my mind later on. As of right now, they don't have like a concrete wiretap. They don't have like they got like the so evidence. They just trying to match the rap lyrics with the crime, which doesn't help, of course. They trying to paint the picture. They're first trying to connect everything, right? Shout out for my girl Doris Mary. She gifted 1 membership, yo. Whoever get a membership, please say thank you to the beautiful Doris Meyer and the beautiful New York Knicks championship. Yes. So the thing is, like I was saying with Durk, right? From what I've seen, from the outside looking in, they haven't pulled out, even though that today was devastating. But it's a lot of he say, she say type of situation, right? So they got a complete certified killer on the stand. They got a certified killer on the stand. So how credible is the man's word, especially when the feds see him down and they were, and to remind you, OGF 10 is on record by the federal government meeting up with them 30 times. Why are you meeting up with them 30 times? And the federal government only recorded 3 times out of the 30 conversation that they have. That sounds like, yo, you know what that sounds like? You got to remember, the jury is sitting on, the people that sit on the jury is people like me, you, your neighbor, your mama, your uncle, and then, right? Meaning they were like, hold on, man. If you're trying to, if you are you telling me that you meet up with this man 30 times, right? You only recorded 3 times. What happened to the other 27s? What happened to the other 27 times? Where are those recordings? We need to be preview to those recordings, man. And you know exactly, because this is going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, Drew Finley and Mr. Brian Steele, they're going to do, they get to question the witness. They going to hit that man with all kind of body blows. They're going to humiliate him, calling all kind of snitch. This is the one they're going to hit him. So what kind of deal did you get from the government for you to sit over here to get on this thing and point out at your brother? What kind of deal? And they're going to say, yes, I signed, I think they call it a 5K letter, 5K1 letter, something like that. Matter of fact, let me see. I'll tell you why now. I'll tell you exactly what it is. 5K1 letter, 5K1 letter. Let's see if I got it right. 5K1 letter. Okay, yes, I got it right. I'm always right. A 5K1 letter is a written request from the federal prosecutor, giving it to a judge to sign so a defendant can go ahead and snitch on themselves in order for this particular person that getting that deal to turn around and go snitch on whoever the federal government want them to snitch. Right? So what happened is it's an incentive for these people to throw little Dirk under the bus. So do I think that little Dirk, hey, everybody know what's up, man. Everybody know what's up, right? But you still got to prove it in court. So it's an incentive that you got to give people like this man, right? Mr. Kelsey Hester, right? To put them on the stand to go snitch on Dirk. Why? It's because the government got a hard on for Dirk. They have been investigating this man for a long time. Matter of fact, if he wasn't a federal indictment, he was gonna get indicted in ATL by the beautiful queen. What's her name? I mean, what is the goddamn DA name in ATL in what is count? What's the county, man? In ATL, man. Willis. I forgot her first name, but I know her first name is Willis. Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis. There you go. Right? Fannie Willis was gonna put a RICO on little Dirk ass. How do I know this? Because Fannie Willis put a RICO on Wyatt Fanlucci. Fannie Willis put a RICO on Junta. Fannie Willis put a RICO on this other crew, right? She is the queen of the RICO. She is the queen of the RICO. So now, like I said, man, this is not looking good for that man, bro. This is not looking good for Dirt, man. This not looking good for Dirt, man. But I would love to see the battle of the minds between. They say Brian Steele charged about between $2,000 and $3,000, right, per hour. That's what you pay for. You pay to bring the big guns out to battle the U.S. federal government. I know people say, yeah, Poppy, but the federal government got a 98% conviction rate, which is true, right? But it's an asterisk with that number. Most, I'm talking about the large majority of the cases in the feds don't go to trial. When they go to trial, guess what is winning percentage of the feds? It's on the 60s and 70s. Still good, but it's way better than that. But it's not like, they're on 98. Okay. We saw two cases that I can tell you. Matter of fact, I can tell you the three last cases. We seen Diddy to the feds to trial, and even though that he's in jail right now, but they don't got him with the RICO. You know why? Because he have Brian Steele. Guess who got that lawyer right now? Mr. Little Dirk, right? Young Thug had a RICO. You know what Mr. Brian Steele said? What RICO? He came over there and turned that court upside down. Yo, man, that guy is a monster. He's the real deal. It's the real deal. That's why you pay him $2,500 an hour. Because he's gonna come with a marketing scheme. He's gonna come with a strategy. He knows who to grease up. He know what to say. This man is there near Johnny Carter, man. If he come to your case, goddamn, you ain't looking at 30 years no more. You be there for 3, 4. That's what you're paying for. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this. Matter of fact, I got this call. 1 second. Yeah, I mean, still everybody called right now. But what I was saying, oh man, I forgot. Damn it, I forgot to tell him. Yeah, like I was saying, right? The thing is, with is this is going to be a long process. It's going to possibly take 2 weeks, but goddamn, we gotta wait until tomorrow to see the cross. Um, I gotta go handle something, man. So let me go ahead and let me see what other thing is out there for me to react. Let me see if we got any news. Okay, now. So probably gonna go. Oh, I gotta talk about the Tupac, Mr. Tupac Shakur trial. Keefe D going to jail for life. It's a wrap for him. Keefe D is going to jail for life. He is cooked. He is up out of here, man. He is up out of here. Yeah, so I gotta go handle something real quick. I'll probably come back later. So hey, everybody did good, man. All right. You have a good day.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.